Okay everyone, this is a Beet. I'm going to teach you how to make a Vitamix beet shake. Take your beet, and of course there's a lot of dirt on the outside. This is not something you want to throw in the Vitamix as is. Get your beet, grab yourself a sharp knife, and by sharp I mean very sharp. This is something that is quite tough to get through. You're going to need to cut right here, so you're going to get rid of all of sort of the nasty bits where the leaves previously grew. And if you buy beets, you can buy them with the leaves. The only problem with using the leaves is you really need to clean them well, otherwise they will taste like dirt, because there's quite a lot of dirt in there. So this, get rid of it. Straight through, this piece goes in the trash. You now have this. Now, take the end of your beet, get yourself a fork, jam a fork in your beet like so. Now, if you have a knife, but you don't have a peeler, you can peel the knife, or peel the beet rather, very carefully using a sharp knife. Now the first thing that will make this a lot easier is chop the tail off. Now you have a beet that's easy to peel. Find yourself a peeler. I happen to have a simple OXO peeler here. I also have a ceramic peeler by Kyocera. Both of them work very well. The trick here is going to be start at the top, find yourself the edge, and just go downward. It's going to take some time to get rid of it all, and you're going to see that it's going to start coming off. Okay, here is a peeled beet. I use the Kyocera, this is a ceramic peeler to peel this beet. You can find that online, quite inexpensive. I also purchased mine at Whole Foods. The main reason why I stuck it with a fork is it's going to be a lot easier to hold on and peel this way, and you will not cut your fingers. Worst case scenario, you will hit the peeler against the fork and you will not cut your fingers. If you hold it with your hand, you are taking a chance you will cut your fingers. Please be careful and don't cut your fingers. This is your peeled beet. Now, take your peeled beet, place it on the cutting board, cut it in half again, each piece, and now you have pieces that you can throw into the Vitamix like so. Things that go well with beets. First off, a little bit of acid will really bring out the flavor of the beet. Beets do tend to taste kind of earthy. Just be aware that it's a strong flavor and a little bit goes a long way. I happen to like it. Beets are naturally sweet. There's quite a lot of studies about beet juice and performance. The results are mixed. They're definitely good for you. Whether or not they're going to take 10 minutes off your marathon time is still being debated. There are quite a lot of marathoners who do drink beet juice. It may or may not do anything for them, but nevertheless it tastes good, and it certainly is going to refuel you before or after your run. Okay, so you're ready to make your smoothie. Now we have some apple here. This is a local organic Fuji apple. I have cored it just using a knife, simple. Throw that in. Beet, I'm going to go for a lot of beet, which is a whole beet. I quartered it as I showed you before. Whole beet goes in. About a half a cucumber. The cucumber adds a nice cooling flavor. You can de-seed the cucumber if you like. Some people complain about gas if they have seeds in their cucumbers. That would simply involve cutting it in half and slicing a little V portion out of the middle. I'm not going to do that because I don't really notice that problem. That's going in. Then I purchased some Organic Girl Super Greens. This is going to contain a nice blend of red and green Swiss chard, tatsoi, arugula, and spinach. Now here's the deal. This is designed to be a healthy smoothie, a primarily vegetable smoothie. Before your marathon training runs, after your marathon training runs, there's a decent amount of sugar from the beet. There's a decent amount of fiber from all of these items as well. It's going to be strong flavored, especially if you put in strong, healthy greens. Don't be scared of the greens. They're good for you. They're going to help you out. The apple will sweeten it up a little, but the greens are strong, so you can do this. Take your greens, Get a good handful. That looks about right to me. The order of the way you put it into the Vitamix matters a little bit. I know that if you put in harder items first, like your beets and your apples, it seems to go a little bit better. The only thing now left to do is decide how much water you want in there. I'm going to fill it up probably about 2 to 3 cups of water and see what it looks like. Because I'm not measuring it and because I would encourage you not to measure it, simply because what you have in your freezer, what you have in your refrigerator, should be what you're utilizing. See what you like, see what you're feeling like. If you just got off a really hot day, add more water. If it was a shorter day, don't add more water. Now, there's one huge optional thing that I really like that might help with absorption of some of the nutrients. It's some citrus in there. Now, how much citrus is up to you. I wouldn't pour orange juice in there simply because it might make it too acidic. It might make it too sweet. And in general, unless you had a super hard run and your blood sugar is really low, you probably don't need a high concentration of sugar like that. So what I like to do is grab a lemon, and for me it's going to be a half a lemon, like this. I'll simply just cut it in half. And any strainer will work. Grab yourself a strainer. Just give yourself a half a lemon squeeze in there. Now, a lot of lemon could make it taste off. The reason is it could overpower, and the greens are already strong, the beets are already strong flavor. If you put too much in it, it could be a little bit too strong. Other options are seedless oranges, small ones. You can throw them in. Don't throw them in with the seeds. You don't want any seeds in your blender because seeds may have small amounts of carcinogens in them. Whether or not they'll hurt you or harm you is up for debate. Just in general, I wouldn't put them in. So you have a half a lemon, and I'm ready to go. Just a little bit of water. I do not use purified water. If that's something that's important to you, go ahead and do that. Here we go, 3 cups of water. The Vitamix is the key. This is the Vitamix 750 model. You can purchase it at Williams-Sonoma. It's really the only thing in town that works like this. It's a game changer. It will save you a lot of money over the long term. I'm going to turn it to about a 3. Now I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Now, the first obvious question you're going to ask is, why did I blend it so long? Well, the beet takes a while to make sure it has been ground up enough that you're not going to eat it and it feels like you're eating rice or something like that, because it is a very hard object, and if you don't, if you put it into an ordinary blender, it won't even work. It's not going to blend. If you put it in the Vitamix, you even need to give it a little bit of time. Now, what does this look like? Naturally, because you blended it so long, it is going to have a foam top to it, but it is going to be a thing of beauty. You're going to drink this and you're going to feel like $1 million, and you will have saved yourself quite a lot of money. As you can see, I have basically what would cost me $10 if I was buying one of the very expensive raw juices at Whole Foods. There's another $10 serving in there, so you just got this for probably $2 or $3, what you would pay $20 for at Whole Foods. Now, I bought all of this produce at Whole Foods. I really love Whole Foods, but in general, if you're trying to save money, you buy the Whole Foods at Whole Foods and not the already packaged drinks and meals at Whole Foods. And you'll save yourself quite a bit of money. So again, make sure you peel the beet first. Make sure you use a little acid in there to bring out the flavor. A lot might ruin the flavor. Other things you can add to this that will really bring it out is a little nub of ginger. I'll cover that in a different video about how to peel the ginger and how to throw it into your Vitamix. It'll really bring out the flavor. It is a little spicy though, and it will help with digestion as well. Have a great day and keep marathon cooking.